Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Pisces January 2020 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, well, as far as January goes, the Sun will be in Capricorn from the 1st until the 20th. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's friends, acquaintances, goals, aspirations, groups, clubs, organizations, social media, social networking. And given that this is in one's future and even stepchildren, if applicable, and given that this is Capricorn energy, a lot of this may be done with a lot of seriousness, a lot of single-mindedness, a lot of intransigence as well, but very orthodox and very conventional, and it's going to be a lot of very strong possibility, a lot of premeditation, a lot of planned energy as far as this goes, and a lot of conventionality. This is something, and also with a lot of caution and a lot of prudence. If you're starting something, joining some new group, club, or organization, you may do so with a lot of premeditative energy, and really taking your time making a decision as far as this goes, seeing all the pros and cons of it. And some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on it could be a Capricorn friend or an acquaintance or a stepchild. It could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn characteristics. So anyway, next thing up. As far as January goes, the Sun will be in Aquarius from the 20th until the 31st. So at this time, the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So there'll be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's limitations, restrictions. It could be helping those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, the hungry. It could be about self-undoing, secret sorrows. In some cases, this could also be on solitude, seclusion, an aunt, an uncle, anything that could be 12th house related at this time. And given that we're talking about Aquarius energy, a lot of this may be done with a lot of selflessness, consideration, and being very humanitarian. Could even be especially with matters pertaining to an aunt, to an uncle. It could be to somebody less fortunate than yourself, such as somebody that's homeless or hungry or impoverished or facing oppression at this time. And again, this could mean, given that this is the 12th house, this could be shining the light, so to speak, on an Aquarius hidden adversary. It could be an Aquarius Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. And it could be also a focus on going outside the box, so to speak, showing some ingenuity, really behind closed doors, in private, and in solitude and seclusion at this time, and focusing on your future in terms of what you're going to do regarding certain limitations and restrictions. Now, in some cases, this could be given that the Sun rules the left or the right eye, depending on gender, this could be an eye limitation. In some cases, it could be a rather unusual or it's kind of odd situation, with one of the eyes, depending on gender at this time. So anyway. Well, the next thing up is there's going to be a full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer on January 10th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, the thing about, as I've talked about in previous videos, lunar eclipses can be rather, I see this as rather, it could be serendipitous. It could be something that starts out as something negative that could manifest into something positive. This could be at a time for you where, as an example, you might find yourself taking care, maybe something comes to an end or a completion or culmination where you were taking care, showing a lot of nurturing energy, caring for somebody, showing a lot of sympathy. Could be toward a lover, toward a child, giving that person safety and security. And it could be a time where maybe the connection comes to an end at this time, but at the same time, being given that it can be very serendipitous, this could be about a time where it could free you up to nurture your things of enjoyment, the things that you find fun and amusing, or even your own more romantic life, and being allowed. I mean, full moon lunar eclipses can be about revelations and ones things we could become cognizant of. And it could be about becoming cognizant of the fact that you deserve perhaps unequivocal love at this time, and to show that unconditional Cancerian type, to receive that unconditional type of love. You might have been giving it for some time, but maybe it's a time where you might be aware that you need to receive it. Now, in some cases, this could be just a simple ending or completion or culmination of a love situation, a situation with a child that comes to an end. That could be, I mean, a strong family. I mean, it could be somebody that could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian characteristics. And it could also be a time to at this time as well. It could be something, I mean, fifth house is also gambling and speculation. It could be something where you were being, you could say, very tenacious in regards, and showed a lot of dedication, devotion towards some gambling or thing of a speculative nature. Some investment comes to an end, or a family investment reaches an end. And it could be something, a major turning point in your life. Remember that full moons, and when you talk about lunar eclipses in astrology, they could be about something that could have very lifelong, it could be very long-term implications. So anyway, well, the next thing up is there's going to be a new moon in Aquarius on January 24th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, in some cases, this could simply be about starting. I mean, some cases it could be the beginning of an Aquarius, like a clandestine affair. In some isolated cases, it could be with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius traits at this time, or doing something, starting something Aquarius like in solitude and seclusion. It could be doing something with computers, electronics, radio controlled items, innovation, something with aerospace, astronomy, or it could even be simply about showing a lot of selflessness and beginning a period where you show a lot of selflessness and humanitarian energy, helping those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, or the hungry at this time, or even an aunt or an uncle. I mean, we are talking about the 12th house, and understanding. I mean, another thing too is, given that this is the new moon in Aquarius, you're talking about the 12th house in astrology. It could be the beginning maybe of some kind of friendship that might maybe do something for you in terms of your limitations, some restrictions at this time. And just be careful, it's not a new friend that might drive you figuratively crazy at this time. We are talking about the 12th house in astrology at this time. So and also, in some isolated cases, it could be a new Aquarius, like hidden adversary. It may be an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Mercury will be in Capricorn as far as January goes, from the 1st until the 16th. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could manifest in a number of ways. This could be about communication regarding responsibilities to friends, to acquaintances, to groups, clubs, organizations. Remember, you're talking about Mercury and Capricorn energy. Can be, you need to guard against becoming overly despondent or melancholy at this time regarding goals, aspirations, your future. And the thing about this too is this could also be about a lot of more consistent, very conventional, orthodox conversations with 11th house people, and being very disciplined in your thinking in matters with friends, acquaintances at this time as well. Now, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Capricorn traits that may figure more prominently in groups and clubs and organizations, your future, even your goals, your aspirations, matters on social media, social networking, even matters connected with stepchildren at this time, and whether they're beneficial or more to your detriment. A lot of that could be predicated independent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. Say a sextile trying to your natal Jupiter, they might be more auspicious in those matters, but say an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they may be more to your detriment, might be causing some loss or restriction or sorrow in those matters. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, next thing up. Well, Mercury will be in Aquarius as far as January goes from the 16th until the 31st. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, this could be a time where you might be thinking really outside the box, so to speak, regarding restrictions and limitations, and even it could be about communication about Aquarius, like limitations and restrictions. It could be matters with friendships or showing innovative ability in consideration, anything that could be Aquarius related at this time. It could also be about thinking, really about showing a lot of selflessness and humanitarianism and benevolence toward helping those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, and the homeless, and communication about new concepts, innovation, aerospace, astronomy, anything Aquarius related with an aunt or an uncle, people that are prominent in your private life. Now, in some cases, this could be about Aquarius siblings. They could be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Aquarius characteristics that might figure more prominently. It could be in matters with your secret sorrows, your restrictions, limitations, hidden matters, matters in solitude, seclusion, helping those less fortunate than yourself. And the thing about this too is, in whether they're more to your detriment or more beneficial to you, a lot of that could be predicated and dependent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. A sextile trine to natal Jupiter can show that they may be more auspicious in those matters, and say an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, it might be going in the other direction, might be causing some loss or some grief or some sorrow and restriction in these areas. And also, they might be driving you, in some cases, they might be driving you figuratively crazy, because this is the 12th house, don't forget. So anyway, next thing up, well, Venus will be in Aquarius as far as January goes, from the 1st until the 13th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, this could manifest in some cases as having a clandestine affair, or one that you're just keeping under wraps, that you're not really divulging much about and concealing. It could be with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies Aquarius traits. This could also be about spending selflessly and spontaneously, might be tied in with one's self-undoing at this time, but you may also be spending money on Aquarius, like limitations and restrictions. It might be maybe doing things to try to, for matters with friendships, to have more, maybe you're thinking maybe to spend more, maybe to have more friends, or maybe in matters something with computers or electronics, or anything that could be Aquarius related, things connected with astrology that you think you might need. It could be, again, it could be anything that could be associated with Aquarius zodiac sign. And at this time too, this could also be about maybe a little bit more difficulty in expressing sentiments, because you're talking about the 12th house at this time in astrology and in the planet Venus. So those are some ways this could manifest and pan out. In some cases, this could be about disappearance, or just simply a lover that might be kind of going into hiding for a little bit and wanting more time by his or herself. And again, it could be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies those traits. Last but not least, Venus will be in Pisces as far as January goes, from the 13th until the 31st. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, a lot of this could manifest in showing self-love to yourself, loving your Pisces qualities, be as far as your altruism, being compassionate, imaginative, and self-sacrificing as an example. Could also be about spending money on oneself, and it could be, sometimes it could be on some physical issues or with the physical body. It could be something with the connected with the feet or the toes, or it could also be really spending, just be guarding and spending unrealistically on yourself at this time, and spending more perhaps than what you actually have, or trying to spend more what you have, or things that are be overly frivolous or unrealistic at this time. Now, if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Pisces sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies those traits, and it might be somebody that might be instrumental in new beginnings and how you appear to others. It could be matters connected with your health, your vitality at this time. Again, new beginnings, doing things for yourself that are connected with self-interest at this time. And also, too, in some cases, this could be about some confounding or very unclear or nebulous throat situation, given that you're talking about Venus could be connected with the throat and neck, and we are talking about Pisces energy. But anyway, and it could be a time too where you might feel more loving at this time than usual, and you need more love in your life, more so than usual. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.